The Miami Dolphins might be standing at a huge moment, even though we're just 3 games into the 2024 season. It's not just about the fact that they're facing a tough few weeks ahead without their main guy, Tua Tagovailoa, who's now on injured reserve after that concussion in the Week 2 loss to the Buffalo Bills. That's big, but there's an even larger question hanging over the team right now. This could end up being a serious reflection on everything the Dolphins did in the offseason. What if the worst happens? What if this turns into a string of losses, starting with Sunday's game against the Seattle Seahawks, followed by the Tennessee Titans, the Patriots, and then the Colts? This isn't just about Skylar Thompson, who's now stepping in at quarterback. This is about the front office, the whole organization. And the conclusions that might be drawn, well, they wouldn't be good. Let's talk about Thompson for a second. The Dolphins made a choice here. They decided to roll with him and Mike White as the guys behind Tua instead of bringing in a more experienced veteran. Someone like Jimmy Garoppolo or Andy Dalton could have been in the mix, but the front office stuck with what they had. That's a big bet. Now, head coach Mike McDaniel has been quick to defend Thompson. He's talked about how much Thompson has improved, how he's more comfortable in the system. That's all fine, but does it actually address the real concern? This is a guy who's barely played 3 NFL starts. That's it. Sure, 2 regular season games and a playoff game, but nothing since then. No snaps last season. That's a huge question mark, especially when you're stepping in to replace someone like Tua, who's been the heartbeat of this team. The truth is, no one really knows what to expect from Thompson against Seattle. We're in uncharted territory here. He didn't exactly light things up when he came in for Tua against the Bills, but to be fair, he was walking into an impossible situation. Down 31-10, no left side protection with both starters out, and no real practice reps that week. But here's the thing, if Thompson can't get it done, it's not just about him. It's about the decision-making that led to this. The Dolphins knew Tua had injury concerns. It's been part of his story since he entered the league. If they didn't prepare for this, the blame doesn't just sit with Thompson, it points back to the whole approach in the offseason. And let's not forget the offensive line. If Thompson has a rough time on Sunday, a lot of that could come down to whether the line can protect him. The Dolphins made some big calls here too. After Robert Hunt went to Carolina, they decided to stick with their existing guys at guard and moved on from center Connor Williams, who's been dealing with injuries, and brought in Aaron Brewer as a free agent. If that interior line can't hold up, it's going to be a long day for Thompson. The scary part? Williams is a standout, and if he outperforms Brewer on Sunday, that's going to shine a bright light on another offseason decision. The Dolphins let a top-tier center walk and took a chance with a free agent. If that gamble doesn't pay off, it's going to look pretty bad. The offensive line has to be solid, not just for this week but moving forward. That's key to giving Thompson a fighting chance. If he's running for his life back there, it's going to be tough to judge his performance fairly. The defense has its own questions to answer. Letting Christian Wilkins go in free agency was a big move, and the Dolphins replaced him with a mix of unproven players and older vets like Calais Campbell. Campbell, at 38, can't do what Wilkins did, playing a heavy workload alongside Zach Sealer. That decision is going to be under the microscope too. The run defense wasn't great in Week 1, and in the Buffalo game, things went south quickly after Tua went down. James Cook's 49-yard touchdown run was a gut punch. The run defense can't be a weakness, especially with a backup quarterback. The defense needs to step up and carry some of the load. It's easy to wonder now, did the Dolphins make the right calls this offseason? They doubled down on their core, handing out huge contracts to McDaniel, Tua, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Jalen Ramsey. They spent big to keep their key pieces in place. But could that money have been better spent elsewhere? Maybe on more depth? More veteran presence at key positions?